where high-volume originators meet in the Centurion Roundtable interviews. Brought to you by Paramount Residential Mortgage Group.
In today's mortgage environment, providing our wholesale community with the best combination of product, pricing, technology, and service is paramount to their success. PRMG, built by originators for originators.
Hi, I'm Andrew Berman from the Mortgage News Network, coming to you from the M&Ed Studios here in New York. You're watching our Centurion Roundtable interviews, sponsored by our friends over at PRMG. Today we have Richard Wang, who is a partner broker with Veridian Mortgage. Richard, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Andrew. Glad to be here.
So listen, I want to get right into numbers because you're a powerful producer. 2017. Now I know 2017 was an interesting year for you because you made the transition. So let's just go for the years that you were operating as Veridian Mortgage, the months from June to December. How many loans did you produce?
So during from June to the rest of the year, we had roughly 65 units, and which represented 30 to 35 million in total origination volume.
Wow!
So we were pretty happy with that.
It's a great number, great numbers. Now, so you're a mortgage broker. Tell me what do you love about the mortgage broker model, and I want to also know what helped you find the right place for that mortgage broker model.
So the mortgage broker model I learned early on because I entered the industry. Sort of by family courtship, because my mom and dad had started their own mortgage companies. So to me, when your first mentor in the industry is your mother, you definitely listen to her, and her undying mantra is always do what's best for the client. And being a broker, I feel that you're always in the best position to bring the most value to the client and have their interests at heart.
What made you pick C2 Financial to partner with for Veridian Mortgage?
So I went through probably a 3 to 4 month period where I did some pretty heavy due diligence on finding the next step in my career. I had left a different mortgage broker. I'd been working there at the time, and I brought 4 people from the last office to form this new one. We were really looking for a new office where we could really run it on our own, develop our own culture, hire our own people, and yet still partnered with somebody else that had all the lender relationships. Earlier in my career, I had been a solopreneur, and I had to find my own lender relationships, satisfy their volume requirements, and get the same level of service. With C2, I find that it's a perfect match just because they take care of all the lender relationships. We get often the best AEs in the country, the best service. Sure. And so when I need to push certain files, you know how it is. It can get done. It can get done pretty quickly.
Yeah, great. So let me ask you a question, because you don't do 65 loans in a half a year unless you're doing something unique about creating a great borrower experience. What are you doing?
The most important thing to me is communication and being transparent throughout the whole process, and that starts with the conversation that we have at the beginning of every transaction that sets the right expectations. We're in a market right now that's not easy for lending. It's difficult to qualify for a loan, and it's even harder to beat out 12 other people for the same house because inventory is so low. And so we have that honest conversation up front, and it's a fine balance because we're salespeople at the same time. And so we want to put our best foot forward, yet at the same time, we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. And so I find that if you have that conversation up front, anything that happens subsequent during the transaction, you can refer back to it and tell them, hey, remember this. Yeah. We're not always in control of the situation. Let's roll with this problem. We provide them additional solutions on how to proceed, even though things do come up, and they do come up pretty often in the broker world.
Sure. So let me ask you, how do you leverage your relationship with your wholesale lenders to put more borrowers in homes?
I've always had great relationships with account executives at the wholesale companies we work with. And at C2, it's no exception. Again, they draw some of the best AEs in the country. So it's really great to see some of the partners really focus on being there and meeting the needs of the broker community, because they are very specific sometimes versus lending in, let's say, in the banking world. And so we tend to gravitate towards those companies that sort of understand the issues, the specific issues that wholesale brokers deal with, and so it's usually as far as a long-term relationship, the best fit when we find those types of lenders.
Yeah. Fantastic. Great. So, Richard, thank you so much for joining us. If someone wants to get a hold of you, if they're not already doing business and they were watching this, how do they get a hold of you?
It's easy. You can just text. If you know about a text handle, you just have to text @Richard to 77888, and it'll come to my cell phone immediately. Or for you old schoolers, you can always call me on my cell phone, which is 408-828-5609.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching, and thank you to PRMG for helping us hear stories about great originators like Richard.
PRMG continues to provide our wholesale partners across the nation with better technology, better product, better pricing, and better service. Our nationally recognized brand is more than just an image. It is a symbol of integrity. PRMG. Built by originators, for originators. Be sure to click on the link below for your free Centurion Roundtable white paper.
This is Mortgage News Network.